Good morning, Gulliver, and welcome back to Raider305, and a special welcome back to you, Camila.
Thanks, Desmond, and I'm so thankful to be back, especially after that wonderful Turkey Day.
Well, let's get right into it. Kicking off our show, we take a look at a man's best friend.
They're like babies for me. I never had real babies, so they remain babies to me.
Then, we explore cultural appropriation in costume.
Where should the line be drawn between cultural appropriation and creative costumes?
And finally, we see how community finds comfort in each other this holiday season.
It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel like there's a place where I can go and feel safe. I think that's really important now with all that's going on in the world.
Don't go anywhere because we've got all of these stories and more on
Raider305. Camila, are you a dog person?
Yeah, I am.
Well, this special groomer takes puppy love to the next level.
Let's take a look.
We are a hair salon for pets, so that's why we always try to have the look that we have, clean, individual attention, and all of that.
We love our dogs, so we want anybody that loves the dogs at Gervais to take care of our dogs.
And the dog is all over me and is letting the nails being done because they can feel in my heart and in my eyes. They immediately look at you like, oh, you're not the bad guy. They're like babies for me. I never had real babies, so they remain babies to me. I am what you call a survivor of family abuse. And in a very early age, I had a little dog. And that little dog was probably who saved my soul. Because bad things would happen to me, but I had Laika.
Animals make you feel fulfilled. They don't ask you for anything.
I love working here. It's been great. Really makes me happy when the dogs come in happy. It fills me up having a dog coming in and being happy to see us and happy when leaving as well.
And so I believe that Laika really started my whole career. I always felt like I owe her. So I know in my heart that everything started with Laika.
Next, we learn how certain Halloween costumes can have a lasting impact even after the holiday is over. Chris Sanchez has more.
Hey, happy Halloween! Halloween is the spookiest time of the year, and a big contributor to that spooky factor are the costumes. When I'm making a Halloween costume, I'm thinking of a Jedi Master. Or maybe even an icon, like Michael Jackson. But wait, this makes me think. Where should the line be drawn between cultural appropriation and creative costumes? This term, cultural appropriation, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, refers to the act of taking or using things from a culture that is not your own, especially without showing that you understand or respect this culture. See, my friend just sent me a picture of his Halloween costume, and as a Cuban American, in my culture, Cuban cigars represent respect and a major portion of my country's wealth. So why should such an important item to my culture be reduced to a Halloween costume? It's trick-or-treating time. Now, my friend probably didn't intend any disrespect, but it's about how he made me feel about my culture that matters. Oh my gosh! Oh, now this brings up intent versus impact. Anyone could have good intentions with their costume, but negative representation of one's culture could perpetuate systematic oppression. Much better. So before you play pretend for a few hours, make sure you know the history behind your costume, and be aware of what you wear.
Next, a look into how this holiday season will mean a little more for some people in our community. This to close our show right after the break. Stay with us.
Are you running out of time to find an outfit? Leave it to FitFinder, your personal wardrobe assistant. Simply download the app, take photos of all your clothes, and using the latest trends, FitFinder will present you with today's look. Don't stress, get dressed. FitFinder, it's that easy.
The holidays are a time to celebrate with those closest to us, but with the war in Israel, the reason for this season will hit closer to home. Here's my report. The last 2 months of the year are filled with festivities and times of celebration. But for the Jewish community, this holiday season will feel different.
I mean, I look to my temple to help me in times of need, you know, in difficult times. It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel like there's a place where I can go and feel safe. I think that's really important now with all that's going on in the world.
Few disasters are as tragic as war, and the conflict in Israel is no exception. On the fateful day of October 7th, a Jewish holiday called Simchat Torah, tragedy struck, affecting people across the globe.
But when I woke up Saturday morning and I looked at my phone, I saw that hundreds of hostages were taken. I was devastated.
It was so upsetting, and then it was like, who's there right now? Like, are they okay? Are they coming home? And it was like, oh my God, how could that even happen?
But the winds of war did not tear down the unity of the Beth Am community.
We organized a prayer service that Sunday night, the next day, in this room. Every one of these seats was filled. It's the best thing that could happen.
We were there, but still very anxious, wanting to know about family and friends, wanting to know what was going to be tomorrow.
And everybody shared just a little bit of their heartache on that day. And there is something really powerful to coming together when your heart is broken, because you realize that you are not alone.
I felt like a relief. It was so nice and like warm to have like a room full of people that you know. Everybody's Jewish, everybody's going through this, everybody knows somebody who's feeling something right now. It was like, this is where we need to be. So it was incredible.
My main role is to comfort the people here who are hurting. As much as it helps them, it helps me. Because I'm also hurting. And I need people to share that with.
And with Hanukkah season just around the corner, the bonds of community will be stronger than ever.
You know, Hanukkah is the festival of lights, so I think it's important to recognize that even in these dark times that we always as Jews have hope. Unfortunately, it's the difficult tragedies that bring people together and make people want to be together. And I think Hanukkah will be a great time for that.
But for many, this holiday season just won't be as sweet.
I think it'll be fun to celebrate, but I also think it'll hurt because there's so many, I think it's like 200 something, maybe 240 hostages right now in Gaza that won't get to celebrate with their family. So bittersweet, maybe a little bit more bitter, but also kind of just a reminder of like why we're Jewish.
When a community comes together, there will always be a light, however bright, at the end of the tunnel. For Raider Vision, I'm Desmond Howard, reporting. Well, Camila, just recently a ceasefire was reached and hostages have begun to be released.
Well, hopefully it's a sign of peace to come. That's all we have for you guys today, Raiders. We'll see you next time on Raider 305.